Hello and welcome to the Secretariat. You're watching TS Talks. Today we have with us Mr. Manoj Mishra, Tax Controversy Management Leader, Grant Thornton Bharat. Welcome, Manoj. Great to have you. Well, it's been an eventful week as far as the GST reforms are concerned, and we saw sweeping changes, tax structures, tax rates. But now, the implementation is to be done from 22nd September. How do you think the rollout is going to uh, can we have a very smooth rollout process?
Not exactly, to be honest, Mahua. The first thing that there has to be changes in the systems. So most of the companies use ERPs like SAP or Oracle or any other ERPs which they are using. So there has to be changes in that particular system, and that can be done only after we see the fine print. So these are proposals. We'll have GST notification issued, and on that basis only we'll be doing changes in ERP system. Then there has to be proper invoicing and all documentation processes which has to be updated as per the change rates and the provisions. So that is one part. Second would be to take care of the piled up inventories. You know that in India before festive season there would be some kind of slowdown. In most of the people, especially in the North India, would not buy anything during the Pitru Paksh, so they'll not buy anything. And now, since not, like new rates have been proposed, so everybody would wait for the festive season when these new rates are applicable. So at that point of time, the challenge would be to take care of the demand, and for that all manufacturing and supply chain activities which take place at once. So all the manufacturers will have to manufacture and make sure that all the stocks are available at the retailers, whereas manufacturers and the entire supply chain has to pay tax at the rate applicable as on date. The retailers would be selling goods at the rate applicable on that particular day. So that will create a huge impact in relation to working capital and how these benefits would be passed on to the consumer, because the person who is actually, yeah.
Will also lead to some kind of a losses for the retailers and for the companies.
Not losses per se, but everybody has to be honest in the system. Everybody has to ensure that they are passing the benefit to the consumer and the person whosoever has paid extra taxes. So they have to ensure that. So of course, it would be a challenge to take care of that entire system progresses in a smooth manner, which would, in my opinion, is not going to be easy. Take example of say FMCG products or pharma. The rates have been revised, but whether MRP has to be revised, because MRP is already printed on that. So the person who was, say, suppose giving 10% discount, a retailer giving 10% discount on MRP, whether he will be giving 15% discount or 12% discount on MRP to offset that tax benefit, or he will be continue to give 10% discount only, or we need to change the MRP per se. So these are certain points which has to be thought through and implemented before the actual rate implementation.
Now, also, what kind of losses would there be sort of for the states or for overall revenue generation? There's a fear that, this is going to also lead to some kind of a revenue loss for the government.
You would have seen the press conference, and they avoided answering that question. Of course, when you are going to reduce tax rate at such a mass level, there would be revenue losses. As per the industry estimates, it is going to be somewhere between 1 lakh to 1.5 lakh crore per annum. And considering that we would be coming out with, like, your GST rates would be announced somewhere around 22nd September, so only months of this year would be there to for the new GST rate. So we estimate there would be somewhere around 48,000 crores of GST which would be at stake. But they are banking upon demand that with the reduced GST rate will increase demand. Apart from that, reduction in rates in cement would generate employment, which again would provide more purchasing power in the hands of the people, and again will increase demand. So hopefully, it would be they would be able to set off these losses to some extent. But yes, in long run, we believe that the losses would be set off with the extended demands and a better compliance mechanism, but in the short run, yes, there could be some losses to the exchequer.
And when you talk about cement, that will have huge impact on the housing sector, which in turn is going to have a cascading impact effect on the economy, overall economy.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely correct because it will have multiple effects. Cement, the tax rate of cement has gone down from 28 to 18%. Apart from that, other building material like marble slabs, granites, etc., have also gone to 5%. So this will, of course, provide a boost to the housing sector. And again, since housing sector is a big employment generator, so it will provide employment to the people. And then again, as I mentioned, that more cash in the hands of the people. So it is a circle which should help to take care of the sluggish economy and the revenue loss.
Coming to the sin goods, as it is called, I mean, of course, the tax rate has been significantly increased, about 40%. Now, what do you think that will have what kind of implication? Because we have aerated water now, there are many companies, Coke, Pepsi, the multinationals are all in this segment. What kind of impact do you think that will have on companies and on the overall sector as such?
Mohab, let me clarify. This is some sort of misconception that we have increased the rate on syn goods. So take example of this aerated water. Even earlier, they were 28 plus 12% the cess. So it used to be 40%. And even now it is 40% without any compensation cess. So I would not say that rates have been increased. It is still 40%. On the contrary, if you realize, if you like analyze, you will see that on cars like this, we so-called sin goods, the average rates were around 43 to 50% in most of the cases, which is now 40% only. So even on sin goods, the rates have come down to some extent, not drastically, but either it has been kept at the same level or have come down. Yes, there are some pain points like motorcycle up to 350 cc. In those cases, rates have been increased. So that is something government should look into. But in more or less, I would say that rates have been kept intact even on sin goods, or in some cases, it has come down. Up, yes, there are certain things like products like cigarettes, pan masala, gutka, their rates have been increased and it should be increased.
Now, also talking about the GST rollout and the impact Indian economy is going to have from the tariff and the trade war. Do you think this the bet that the government is really betting on consumption boost? Do you think that will somewhat offset the kind of loss one is expecting from the tariff issue?
I would say that they try to hit many birds with the one stone. One, when they are coming out with the reforms, so they have made this GST from Gabbar Singh tax to good and simple tax. Second, they have taken care of some specific sectors which are going to have major implication, like automobile, textiles. their rates have been reduced significantly. So of course it will
Insurance
cater to
products.
it will take care of some of the demands which increased demand in the domestic market to offset whatever we could not export due to higher tariffs. Second, they have reduced rates on product like cement, and we discussed that it is going to generate employment. So it will also take care of some of the people who would lose, or possibly would lose job because of low export to US. So that will take this industry should take care of that. And third, of course, when we talk about reduced GST rate, increased demand. So it will take care of economy to a great extent. I would not say that it will offset the entire impact of tariff, but yes, to some extent will provide positive sentiments and will also take care of the revenue generation and employment generation in India.
One last question. There are many complications in filing, in adhering to the tax structure, the GST tax structure. Businesses have often complained that it is extremely cumbersome, though it was aimed to be made simple, and the process hasn't really gotten simplified as such. Do you think with this new structure coming in place, those pain points will be sort of addressed?
2 minutes we'll have to wait and watch, Mova, because you can make rules, you can change law, but you cannot change mindset. So we'll have to wait for that because even if you look at the GST proposals, they said that refund would be granted, 90% refund would be granted immediately without any intervention or without any assessments. But we have seen people or officers putting in some or other way kind of hindrances. So we'll have to wait for that. But as of now, I can say that intentions are good. They are coming out with everything possible to make sure that it is easy. They are providing all kind of clarification. They are removing like intermediaries. They have proposed to remove the contentious issue related to place of supply. So they are coming out with the proper GST tribunal framework. So intentions are good. We'll have to wait that how it is implemented, and we believe that the kind of good intentions they have, they would be able to enforce that. Clear-cut messages would be sent to the field formation to ensure that it really become good service, good and
Simple
services
tax.
tax. So simple tax. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Manoj. It will be an ongoing issue. We hope to speak again with you very soon. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you, Muga. Thank you.